Good, happy Thursday morning, January 20th, 2022. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, Massachusetts court decision to grant custody of Harmony Montgomery to father under scrutiny. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you have always wanted a career in driving large trucks, here's what a couple of our graduates have to say about commercial driving school.
The low student to teacher rate. People are angry, I'm angry, everybody's angry. And at the end of the day, you have to be transparent about it, you have to get to the bottom of it.
New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu clearly frustrated at Wednesday's weekly COVID-19 briefing. An interstate compact for the placement of children is an agreement between all 50 states. In Harmony's case, a home study was requested through the ICPC, but was never completed before a Massachusetts judge gave full custody of Harmony to Adam Montgomery.
Why that decision was made, how it could possibly be made, why an interstate compact wasn't put into place, it's all incredibly abnormal. And it was clearly one of the initial failings of the system.
Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker says he understands where Sununu is coming from. When asked if that Mass judge is to blame, he says he'll leave that up to the Office of the Child Advocate.
She has no dog in this hunt. This is 100% an independent review, and I want to see the results of that review as much as Governor Sununu and everybody else does.
Meanwhile, the reward in the case continues to rise, thanks to additional donations from folks in Florida and Nebraska, bringing the current total to $144,000.
This isn't about blaming one system or the other. This isn't about casting blame. It's about bringing Harmony home.
Now, the Massachusetts Office of the Child Advocate tells News 9 it is continuing an administrative review of electronic and physical records in the Harmony Montgomery case and is exploring questions as they arise during the process. Live in the studio, Jason King, WMUR News 9.
And if you have any information that could help police find Montgomery, here is the number to call or text. It's right there on your screen. It's 603-203-6060. That line is available around the clock.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. More walk-in COVID-19 vaccination sites opening this week in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Are you looking for a rewarding career with purpose? Join our dynamic team that's dedicated to making a difference. Bring your talent to Riverbend Community Mental Health, specialized behavioral health by providers who truly care.
As New Hampshire continues to gain control of its COVID-19 winter surge, the state is opening more vaccine sites. Stratham opened today, Concord on Friday, and 3 more will follow in Salem, Manchester, and Nashua next week. Another location is set to open in Keene by the end of the month.
We're trying to make sure we have good geographic access, good, easy access to getting not just your booster, but your initial vaccine.
Governor Sununu admits the demand for shots has died down, but says the vaccine remains the #1 way out of the pandemic.
That doesn't mean we're going to sell ourselves short in terms of kind of trying to promote it and make it available. A lot of healthcare facilities are pulling back a little bit on themselves doing the vaccination. So again, we'll try to take that burden off them a little bit and allow them to focus a little more on their patients.
And while the demand for vaccines has dropped, the demand for testing has increased. And to meet that, the state will ask the fiscal committee for $10 million to provide a third round of free at-home test kits to Granite Staters. This on top of the free kits that are currently being offered by the federal government.
We're going to try to be as aggressive as we can about that. Not exactly knowing how easy it'll be to obtain the test, so we're going to keep working with a variety of different vendors to make sure that that can happen.
And as far as the state-run PCR testing, receiving quick results still remains an issue. A lot of people waiting several days for those results. Well, tonight, the governor says the state will continue to push those contractors. However, he says he doesn't know of any testing lab that is not working 24/7 to try to meet up with that demand. Reporting live in Concord tonight, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Firefighter hurt while battling house fire in Monroe. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Everyone has mental health. Is yours keeping you from the life you want? Riverbend is here for you, providing mental health services for all needs and all ages. Specialized treatment delivered with compassion. Visit us at riverbendcmhc.org.
Tonight, a firefighter is recovering after slipping and falling while battling this house fire in Monroe. Someone passing by around 11 this morning saw smoke coming from the house on Littleton Road. But by the time firefighters arrived, they couldn't save it. No one was home at the time. Investigators believe it started in the basement and don't believe it was suspicious.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. "24 more COVID-19 deaths announced in New Hampshire." Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Everyone has mental health. Is yours keeping you from the life you want? Riverbend is here for you, providing mental health services for all needs and all ages. Specialized treatment delivered with compassion. Visit us at riverbendcmhc.org.
Tonight, DHHS is reporting 595 new confirmed cases, but notes these numbers are incomplete. There are another 253 from prior days. The state is averaging 3,100 new cases a day as active cases drop tonight to nearly 19,000. There are 411 people hospitalized and 24 new COVID-related deaths.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire Cold Case Unit solves woman's 1972 murder, AG says. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Everyone has mental health. Is yours keeping you from the life you want? Riverbend is here for you, providing mental health services for all needs and all ages. Specialized treatment delivered with compassion. Visit us at riverbendcmhc.org.
Nearly 50 years after a Massachusetts woman was found dead in Newton, New Hampshire, state investigators say they've cracked the case, but there will be no arrest because the alleged killer died in 2019. Investigators say Arlene Klevsey was suffocated from trauma to her neck and had drowned in June of 1972. Albert Francis Moore Jr. was indicted in her murder in 1977, but 2 years later, the Attorney General's office dropped the case. At the time, Moore was serving a life sentence for another murder he committed just months after Klevsey's death. The New Hampshire Cold Case Unit reopened the investigation in 2015 and now says they're convinced that Moore killed her. Since Moore has died, there will be no prosecution.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Voting bill collapses. Democrats unable to change Senate filibuster rules. Let's take a look at this video.
Hey, pick up the pace. I don't want to be here all day.
I don't want to be doing this all day either.
The Senate's greatest rule is the one that is unwritten. This is an unwritten rule, and it's the greatest one we have. It's the rule of self-restraint, which we have very little of anymore. Self-restraint. The rule will be broken along with the cloture rule if the nuclear option is executed, and for that I cannot be a party. to that. Allowing one party to exert complete control in the Senate with only a simple majority will only pour fuel on the fire of political whiplash and dysfunction that is tearing this nation apart, and you don't have to look very far to see how we're tearing ourselves apart. I can tell you, every part of this country, people are divided now. For those who believe that bipartisanship is impossible, we have proven them wrong. In the last several years, we have made historic investments in our nation's public lands, passed trillions of dollars in COVID-19 relief, and finally invested in rebuilding our nation's infrastructure. These critical pieces of legislation have had significant impacts on Americans across the country. They were passed with broad bipartisan support. We can do it again. We truly can. We can make it easier to vote. We must. Eliminating the filibuster would be the easy way out. It wasn't meant to be easy. I cannot support such a perilous course for this nation when elected leaders are sent to Washington to unite our country, not to divide our country. We're called the United States, not the divided states. And putting politics and party aside is what we're supposed to do. It's time that we do the hard work to forge the difficult compromises that can stand the test of time.
Okay, and there you go on that video. Voting legislation that Democrats and civil rights leaders say is vital to protecting democracy collapsed Wednesday when two senators refused to join their own party in changing Senate rules to overcome a Republican filibuster after a rare, emotional debate. The outcome was straightening defeat from President Joe Biden and his party, coming at the turmoilous close to the first year in office. And that is a look at your news this morning. Now we're going to switch gears and let's go into weather. Weather right now is cloudy. And it is 33 degrees. Feels like 29 degrees out there. Brr. Occasional snow continuing through 7 a.m. With a full weather forecast, let's go to meteorologist Haley LaPointe.
Everyone has mental health. Is yours keeping you from the life you want? Riverbend is here for you, providing mental health services for all needs and all ages. Specialized treatment delivered with compassion. Visit us at riverbendcmhc.org.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Here's an update on your forecast. We've got a light band of snow that moves across far southern New Hampshire tomorrow morning. Some of us see it, others don't. It may even be a complete miss and stays to the south of us. It's just going to be this very narrow band. If it does move over, there could be a quick coating in time for the morning commute. Following this, though, another blast of Arctic air that certainly we all will feel. Friday, highs only in the teens. It remains quiet this weekend with no real big storms within the next 5 days or so. We've had some clouds moving through it. A totally different weather day in the North Country because of clouds and the winds not making it into the North Country. The southerly winds that we saw in the south, that warmed our temperatures into the 40s, but areas up north stayed in the teens all day long. There's a cold front lurking up toward our north and west. Eventually this slides southward and kind of just parks over southern New Hampshire and southern New England, as a matter of fact, tomorrow morning. Then this low pressure system, you see this moisture to the south and west, kind of rides along that front. But the question is, how far north does that fully get? So let me show you this. Overnight tonight, we'll see increased clouds. And notice this band here of snow. Now, this computer model at 7 a.m. keeps it south of New Hampshire. But it's possible that areas from Manchester, south and east see a little bit of light snow early tomorrow morning. But at this point, it could also stay to the south of us. So it's just a chance of some light snow in the southern half of the state. And then that clears in the afternoon. What follows it though, is some brutally cold air for Friday. If we do see that band making it into southern New Hampshire, it would be maybe Jaffrey, Manchester, south toward Portsmouth, with up to an inch in the more vigorous snow showers. But I'm thinking, if anything, it's a quick little flurry or two. Mainly cloudy tonight. The winds lighten up. They were gusty earlier today, especially south. Tomorrow, temperatures in the 20s north, but 30s Concord, Manchester, and Nashua. And a heads up that we did do a little bit of melting today in the southern half of the state. So tomorrow morning, there may be a few new icy spots and also those flurries in the southern half of the state. Then clearing, sunny and cold Friday with a high near 17. In the 20s Saturday. Sunday, some clouds and maybe a flurry or two. Then it's sunny and chilly Monday before the next chance of some light snow coming through on Tuesday and into Wednesday.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Haley LaPointe. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.